Hi YouTube, I'm here to talk to you about sex and the Coolidge Effect. Hi, I'm Laura Mary Gold. I'm a certified counselor, author, and clinical hypnotherapist working with couples and families in the South Seattle area of Washington State. In another video, which we link below, we talk about the sexual response cycle, which consists of arousal, plateau, orgasm, and resolution. The sex therapist Masters and Johnson also described something called the refractory period. That's the condition where further sexual stimulation doesn't lead to arousal. Now we'll talk a little bit more about the refractory period, and then I'll tell you a story. In teenage boys and young men, the refractory period is almost non-existent. It's very brief. In older men, it can last a day or more. It's not entirely physiological. It turns out that the refractory period appears to have a psychological element, insofar as unusual stimuli, such as a novel sex partner, can reignite arousal. We call this the Coolidge Effect. It's named after the 30th President of the United States. Once Mr. and Mrs. Coolidge were on a tour of a government chicken farm. They became separated, and while she was passing the chicken pens, Mrs. Coolidge apparently asked how many times the rooster mounted the hens. The farmer answered that the roosters copulated several times a day. "Please tell that to the president," Mrs. Coolidge is reported to have said. Later, as the president was walking by the chicken pens, the farmer related Mrs. Coolidge's concerns. The president asked, "The same hen each time?" The farmer replied, "Oh no, different hens each time." The president reportedly said, "Please tell that to Mrs. Coolidge." We hypothesize that novel partners and situations are more stimulating, not because they're merely stimulating in and of themselves, but because they're not fraught with these accumulated relationship issues that we see in long-term relationships. In other words, there's not a lot of anger, kind of brewing hostility. Although over time, certainly, they would become the same way that the original relationship was. So the solution, it turns out, isn't a circus of novel circumstances. The solution is something we call differentiation, which we talk about in some other videos. Differentiation allows issues not to accumulate. If you're looking for help with your own marriage and want to talk about communication, sex, fighting, or dealing with difficult people, you can make an appointment at our website at alliedfamilytherapy.com. If you're local, we're happy to see you in our office in Renton, and if you're out of state or just don't want to deal with Seattle traffic, we can counsel with you or offer coaching services online over Skype. If you like this video, please share it and subscribe below so you don't miss a single conversation about sex, marriage, and joyful living.